Hi guys! Welcome back to Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. I'm a guide for Starseed and Lightworkers on their earthly journey here. Thank you so much for visiting today. The first thing I want to start with is a reminder about a free gift that I created just for you. So this gift is a guided activation. And this activation is really powerful. I've had some wonderful reviews on it, and I've used it myself a bunch. And every time I have some new experience, and it's exactly what I need in that moment. So I highly recommend this. The first thing it's going to do is take you through a cleansing of your energy system. So you're going to be cleansing out the heavier energies of Earth. Next, it's going to reconnect you with your spirit team. So that can be your spirit guides, your star family, reconnect you with them and their guidance for you. Lastly, activate your chakras so that they're all back online, activating your earthly mission, so your purpose for being here. I really highly recommend just try this out, especially if you're a starseed. This is a great place to start. So it's going to be down below in the description box in a link. This is a completely free gift just for you, and it gets sent right to your inbox. So click through to the link and choose free activation. Check that out after the video. Today's video, I'd like to talk about specific signs that you are a starseed. And I say specific in there because I don't want you to think it's just a general list that you could just pull off the internet, created by anyone. These signs are highly specific to not only myself, but to Starseed in general. And it's not just a general list that could apply to anyone. Most of these, if not all, are going to apply to you. And if you're a Starseed, which if you're watching this, you probably are, if you're interested in this channel, then you're going to be able to see yourself in this list. So step number one, that you are a Starseed, is that you have a sense that reality is off or fake somehow, as if everything around you is more like the set of a movie and these are scenes playing out and you're like an actor playing a role, more so than it being reality or life really. So you've got this deep sense inside of you about this, and it's always with you in the back of your mind, like in your subconscious. You can experience it also like a dreamlike feeling where you could be having a conversation with someone and all of a sudden you're going kind of back and forth with the conversation, but you feel a part of yourself kind of leaving the situation, kind of floating up back out and then observing the situation from above. And that's why they call it an out-of-body experience, because you truly feel like your sense of consciousness has left the building, has left your body and is now watching from above, and you're kind of in both places at once, which is wild to experience. If you've ever had anything like this happen, you're the observer as well as the participant at the same time. And so these kinds of glitches are really common when you're a starseed. They can also be experienced as the feeling of deja vu. A lot of us experience deja vu and we kind of freeze on the spot like, oh, that's kind of eerie. But it's just another sense that this reality is not all that it seems to be. And you're going to experience these glitches as a sense of knowing inside of yourself when it happens, like, okay, I know that that's more than what it seems to be. Sign number two, you are infatuated with alternate realities. So whether that be in your entertainment choices like movies or maybe even in books, or just wanting to research this stuff all the time, a sci-fi theme could be the movie Avatar. A fantasy kind of magical world would be more like Harry Potter. But you're just so invested in these worlds because you have a longing for home. And you know that your home is not on this dimension, not in this plane. It's another dimension or another world, worlds away. And so you find yourself kind of clinging to these other worlds and the characters and the stories because they feel more like home to you than bland old Earth does. Sign number three is that you can read the energy of other beings. So if this is regarding other people, that means that you could walk into a room with a group of people and know what each individual person was feeling. Not thinking necessarily. We're not mind readers, but this is more of an empathic skill where you can feel what someone else is feeling. So you would be able to tell in that group who wasn't having a great day, if somebody was off, who was mad at who, and all of the drama basically. So you get such a deep and clear sense from each person about where they're at that moment. And as an empath, that can be very overwhelming. So you want to make sure that you're shielding yourself with energy shields. Otherwise, you're absorbing all of these other emotions that aren't yours. You're also very intuitive to nature and the animal kingdom. So these are absolutely sacred to you, and you have a high reverence for both. You probably love the sun and the moon and stargazing and feel like the earth or Mother Nature is sending you signs all the time. And with the animal kingdom, it can be the same way. You see a certain animal or a butterfly or a dragonfly or whatever it is, and it means something to you. You can feel that there's a deeper meaning to it, as if it's all being orchestrated to you as a sort of language to help you to understand where you're at, when you're on track, to bolster you if you're in a darker place. It can kind of lift you up again. So you have a very high reverence. You view them as sacred, and you would never want to do anything like litter or do anything to hurt the earth, as well as you are very much into animal rights, and you're probably even a vegetarian and animal lover. Sign number 4, you are sensitive to the presence of spirit. So whether that be an earthbound spirit or what people refer to as a ghost, you would know if you were in the presence of that. As Starseed, the earthbound spirits are very attracted to our unique light. The light and the color of our aura is so bright and so unique and different. It definitely doesn't need to induce any fear. It's actually quite interesting. And they're kind of just checking you out to see, who is this? You probably have some stories or have had an experience whenever people are talking about like ghost stories or hauntings. You know in the back of your mind that that's something that you can sense, and you probably have a story to go along with that. But I urge you to try and think of it in a positive light, because it doesn't have to be scary or negative. All of us are just doing our best, and even the spirits that are the earthbound spirits, they are often just confused and misunderstood. So they're very attracted to checking you out, and you're very sensitive to their presence. So sometimes that can clash a little bit. I think that that would be a really interesting video for the future, to talk about what people perceive as ghosts. I think that that could make a really cool video. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Let me know if you would like to see something about that. Another way that you're sensitive to the presence of spirit would be also to your spirit team and your spirit guides. So light beings from a higher dimension. Same idea, you're just as sensitive to this. So they are also always reaching out and wanting to connect with you, because their whole job, their whole deal is that they came here to help you and to guide you. So they really, really want that from you, that interaction, and they're encouraging you to try to reach out and ask them for help as well. Probably during meditations or like the guided activation that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. That would be the optimal time for you to test out this theory, because I think that you would absolutely be able to experience their presence, as I call them in the activation. And this can be felt like goosebumps or chills on your body. Your heart can palpitate a little bit faster. Often we also feel emotional, so you'll feel kind of just tears come from out of nowhere and just start leaking out. And that's all so beautiful, and that's because you are tuned in such a sensitive way to all other frequencies and beings, and just very sensitive to kind of any changes in the atmosphere and any changes in your surroundings. So super sensitive starseeds. Sign number 5, you have had repetitive or lucid dreams for most of your life. So these can happen in phases where you have a week span where you're having dreams every single night, or even a month or more, and they're either the same dream over and over, or they're very similar. And lucid dreaming means you're dreaming something that is so realistic and you feel quite self-aware that it's almost like living another lifetime while you're sleeping. It's very vivid and you remember all the details when you wake up, and it's very colorful and it's like you were really there. So if this is happening to you at a younger age, you're probably dreaming a lot about things like flying or having some kinds of powers that you don't have in your waking life. And this is because you're remembering the higher dimension that you came from and all of the things that you were able to do. Your dreams are a very important place because this is a lot of the time how the other side connects to you, because as we're sleeping, our ego is sleeping as well, and it's not standing guard at the door of our subconscious. So your spirit team and your guides and the Galactic Council or your higher self are able to come through and impart messages to you through these dreams. Sign number 6, you speak the language of colors and numbers. So they are more than just colors and numbers to you. They are like an entire language. You can see numbers in a repeating sequence, or you might have a number that's important to you that you see over and over. These numbers will just hit you like this gut feeling of absolute knowingness, almost like you're downloading information in that moment. Colors are also very important to you because you can feel their vibration and their frequency. Different colors feel differently to you. You probably have a strong preference for certain colors over others and try to surround yourself with the colors that make you feel good. I find that a lot of starseed tend to like a softer palette of pastel colors and a lot of blues and purples. Sign number 7 is that you are highly creative to the point of being gifted, but you can't accept authority figures. So this sign is fairly self-explanatory, but whether you're a writer or an artist or a musician or an inventor, you are so highly creative and your mind thinks in a completely different way than others. So you're able to see around things and come up with things that no one else can. So definitely gifted. However, accepting an authority figure is just too big a pill to swallow for you. So whether that be a teacher, and a great example of this would be they give you an assignment to do where you can be creative, but they put parameters around how they want you to do it. And that just infuriates you. Like no one tells you how to create. This is something that is yours and it's so sacred to you and special to you. But whatever it is, when an authority figure comes into your experience and tries to tell you what to do, you just see red. It absolutely makes your blood boil to the point where it surprises even you, because you're not normally someone to be such a rageaholic person. But there is just something about that person putting themselves above you and trying to tell you what to do that sets you off completely. Step number 8, you are an introvert extrovert. So you prefer to be a lone wolf, to stay home and do all of your deep thinking, and you probably have so many things that interest you that could keep you entertained for hours. And that's where you're most comfortable. However, when you're put into a social situation, you suddenly just become this very social butterfly and you play that role so well. You're able to flit around the room, starting up conversations with people of all different backgrounds and even groups of people. That shyness can just melt away. And you're just so interested in them and finding out about all the different kinds of people that are on this world. So you've got that core of the introvert, and that's really who you feel like you are within. But then you've got that extrovert flair that you can be comfortable in any situation. Sign number 9 is that you have food allergies or intolerances and digestive issues due to this. Especially in childhood, you probably experienced either an intolerance or an allergy to food, and this caused you a lot of health problems. And this is because the food that we get at the grocery store is not really made up of very much food. And a great way to combat this is to eat as pure as you can. So don't eat food with a ton of ingredients. Try to keep things simple and pure, and your body will thank you. Sign number 9 that you are a starseed is that you are also a peacekeeper. So you absolutely cannot stand it if people are upset, and you do everything that you can to make it better for them, even going so far as being the mediator, whether that's between family members, if there's a rift in your family, or within a group of friends. You just go above and beyond to bring everybody back into harmony. You're also ultra forgiving. So if someone does you wrong, and you have absolutely every reason to be upset with them, but they are really, truly sorry, and they come to you in a very sincere way and apologize, you'll be able to tell if they're sincerely sorry and if they mean that apology. And if they do, there's almost a 0% chance that you're going to be able to continue to be upset with them, because you believe that it's enough for them to own up to what they've done. You also understand that people aren't perfect and that you aren't perfect, and we're going to make mistakes. And so you just have this beautiful, forgiving spirit. Sign number 11 is that you live with an overwhelming sense of urgency. This can be felt in your solar plexus chakra, so just above your navel. And it feels like pressure or something pushing outwards towards the front of your body. And it's this sense of urgency that there's something that you're supposed to be doing, or there's something that you need to do. And so you're constantly seeking for what that is. You know that you have a purpose for being here and that you have a mission for this lifetime, and that urgency can absolutely overwhelm you. This sense of urgency runs in the background of your entire life, and it can cause a lot of anxiety if not dealt with. So I encourage you to go within and really try and connect with this sense of urgency and see if it's tied to the fact that you're looking for your purpose and you're looking for your mission. And there's just this strong feeling that you're here to do something, and it's probably been with you your whole life. Okay, so those 11 points were the specific signs that you are a starseed. I'll be so interested to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments below if most of these applied to you, if anything stood out in particular, or if you have other signs that weren't mentioned today that you want to talk about. Let's definitely start that conversation. So if I've earned a spot in your subscriptions today, please go ahead and click subscribe, as well as the notification gear, so that you can be notified the next time a video goes live. As well as, if this information resonated with you, please like, share, or comment on the video below so that we can get this information out there to others. You can come visit me on Instagram at Starseed Academy for more original content, as well as visiting the website to see all of the services available there, and that's starseedacademy.org. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and until next time, please remember to listen to your heart and that quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. Bye.